today's video, we're going to be diving in to the upcoming pattern, taking a look at this big Thanksgiving storm that you may have seen or may have not. Now we are going to dive into this if you have seen this or if you have not, and we are going to dive into these cold blasts that could be impacting the United States. Give or take, it will come or it won't. So to start off on our 500 millibar wind speeds, we got a big dip over here in the northeast that is bringing some really frigid temperatures to the northeast, like New York, all the way up to Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont. These areas are going to see maybe 30, 40 degrees temperatures. Very chilly. Alright, so let's look at our below average west coast. Below average temperatures are going to stay placed for 14 days possibly. We got a low pressure system that is off the west coast bringing some rain and thunderstorms right now for California. Let's bring this forward as we are looking at this low pressure system bringing a threat to Texas. Yes, southwesterly flow is going to be in place, and this is going to bring all the hazards of severe weather, including damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. And another threat is going to be in Missouri for today, and we've got a marginal threat of severe weather. Storms are initiating right now. They are forming, but later tonight we could have some hail producers in Missouri. So we got a lot to talk about in today's video. And we've got another threat of severe weather with some high winds and maybe cause some tornadoes and hail. Now let's dive all into that. Let's start off on our day one outlook of severe weather. Springfield, Missouri, and our main target area for a marginal threat of severe weather. It's for maybe some damaging winds, large hail, and I would be keeping an eye on that large hail. But tornadoes, there could be a spin up, but it's really unlikely. Now let's look at our day two as we have another marginal threat of severe weather from Illinois all the way down into Kentucky, maybe a little bit of Tennessee. And then on our day three outlook, this is when our southwesterly flow comes into place in Texas and Oklahoma. We do have some tornado potential in Oklahoma, but storms are not going to initiate, and there's going to be a cap in place in the atmosphere. So this is not going to allow any tornadoes in Oklahoma, but if that cap wasn't there, it would be an outbreak. Now, there is going to be a few other marginal threats, I believe, in maybe Arkansas and another one in Missouri. And as we go even further out to Saturday, we might have a marginal threat of severe weather to parts of the Ohio Valley and southeast. This is because some southwesterly flow. We could see a little bit of tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail. So we got to keep a close eye on these storms that are going to form later into this week. Looks like Friday is going to be the start of this in the Ohio Valley and southeast. And this Friday and beyond, there's going to be a lot of PM and AM rain. So in the morning and afternoon, rain is going to be possible from Friday all the way until late next week. And this is what we are going to be talking about on our east coast. Texas is going to see some storms only for our day three outlook. See some storms maybe on the eastern side of Texas, maybe seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Now let's dive into all the details. Now let's look at our tornado threat. This is pretty interesting because on our day two outlook, we do have a threat of seeing some tornadoes. Do want to point out on our day one outlook, we don't have any threat in Missouri. But there could be a spin up one, but it is very unlikely. On our day two outlook, though, we do have a marginal threat of seeing tornadoes. It's about a 2% chance. So we could see a spin up tornado from Illinois down into North Tennessee. So we got to keep an eye on these storms as they initiate and fire up. Look at our wind risk for tomorrow on our day two outlook. We got a small area of maybe some damaging winds happening Do want to zoom in here so y'all can see a little bit better. Louisville. I don't know how to pronounce that. Y'all comment down below. But we do have a chance of seeing some damaging winds in Kentucky, in Indiana. Let's look at our hail risk that we could be seeing a widespread chance of seeing some hail from Illinois back into Kentucky and northern Tennessee, where we could see some small hail, tornadoes, and damaging winds, all likely on our day 2 outlook. Look, I can't show y'all this day 3 outlook, but our next video will show all the details for Texas because the day 3 outlook isn't out right now. But I do post every 2 days, so y'all stay tuned to the channel because I do give updates a lot. Look at our chance of seeing some excessive rainfall on our day 1 outlook of excessive rainfall. Day 1 outlook is going to be a slight risk of excessive rainfall, at least a 15% chance in Los Angeles for some flash flooding. Maybe 3 inches of rain would be possible. Wouldn't be surprised if you could see up to 4 inches. We do not need this rain in California because we had a major flash flooding in Los Angeles, and that was devastating. Look at our day 2 outlook, another slight risk of excessive rainfall. Arizona and a little bit of Nevada, and then we've got a big marginal threat of excessive rainfall too. And over here in Kentucky is another marginal threat of excessive rainfall. Could see up to 3 inches, but 1 to 3 inches would be our rainfall that we could see. Day 3 outlook of excessive rainfall, looking at Texas all the way through the southwest. Let's just say the south central states and then the southwest states is going to see a marginal threat of excessive rainfall. This is a low chance, but it's still there, so we got to keep an eye on that. Let's look at our temperature. A big flip in the weather world, where we have a lot of warmer than average temperatures on our eastern states, cooler than average temperatures on our western states. So this is going to be our main time period all the way into our 8 to 14 day outlook, way below average on our west coast and a little bit warmer than average on our eastern states. So this is going to be our time period for a long time. On our on our 3 to 4 week outlook, still southeast being warmer than average temperatures, northern states are going to be cooler than average. Last but not least, we are going to look at these storms that are going to form later tonight in Missouri. So let's just press play on this model. These storms are going to move through eastern Missouri, and then we could see some storms firing up near Springfield, bringing some hail possible. Do look at these dark reds. That is a sign of some strong storms. Bring this even further, where we keep in mind that these storms are very strong, where we could see some really heavy rain in here. But there is a chance of seeing a tornado, a spin-up tornado. These storms are strong enough, and it looks like a little bit of a hook would be in place with this storm. But it is a very low chance, so don't worry that much. Just keep an eye on the weather for tonight if you live in southern Missouri. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I do post every 2 days, so I keep y'all updated with the weather. And so make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel.